Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Kimberly Johnson, affectionately known as Dr. Kim. I'm a practicing medical doctor and a skincare enthusiast. In this video, we'll be looking at exfoliation, the different types of exfoliation. Have you been doing it correctly? Yes, I'm side-eyeing you. And the safest way to do it for your skin type. So if you like how this sounds, stay tuned. So let's get into some details about exfoliation. What is it? Exfoliation is the removal of dead skin cells from the surface or upper layer of the skin. And this can be done through different methods. You can use chemicals to exfoliate, you can use a granular substance like scrubs, or you can use a physical instrument to exfoliate. Now I'm going to be talking about which are the safer methods and what type of exfoliation to use for your skin type, because your method of exfoliation will be determined based on your skin type. When you exfoliate, remember also it's best to just exfoliate on that night. Do not go applying other actives on that same night. You may cause irritation. So it's best to apply the actives the following day. If you exfoliate, it's best to not wear makeup that day as well. Trust me, makeup looks better the following day after you've exfoliated. So the night you're going to exfoliate, you want to just cleanse the skin, apply your exfoliant, and apply your moisturizer and leave it at that. There are some skin conditions that require exfoliation. These include those with hyperpigmentation, acne, anti-aging. So if you have aged skin and you want to renew that skin, you'll require exfoliation. And those with textured skin. There are two broad categories of exfoliants: chemical exfoliants and physical exfoliants. And physical you can also call mechanical exfoliants. And the differences, I'll go into detail when I'm speaking about each. Now I'll start with chemical exfoliants. Chemical exfoliants work by dissolving the bonds in the top layer of skin to remove that top layer of dead skin. Now I'm going to talk about 4 different types of chemical exfoliants that we might know about. Some of you may not know about all 4, but I know many of you will know the common ones. So the first type, the AHAs, or the alpha hydroxy acids. These include lactic acid, mandelic acid, and glycolic acid. Now, these are the 3 common ones that we know, but there are others like malic acid, tartaric acid, and phytic or phytic acid. And those are much milder, phytic being the weakest of the AHAs. The good thing about AHAs is that they are hydrating, which means they are humectants and they are water magnets. So they will pull water into the skin. So that is good for persons with dry skin. Now, there are other things you want to look at when deciding what AHA you want to choose. The common ones are glycolic acid, lactic acid, and mandelic acid. Now, I said those in a particular order, and this is in the order of the size of the molecule. So the smaller the molecule, the easier and faster it is to penetrate the skin. However, this can mean, because it's penetrating so fast, it can cause more damage and irritation to the skin, which is why we understand why glycolic acid is more irritating as an exfoliant than lactic and mandelic acid. Glycolic acid, because the molecule is so small, you must, especially on the face, use a lower percentage. So on the face, I would say do not use more than 5% glycolic acid. On other parts of the body, like thicker areas of skin, like the elbow, the knees, where it's rougher, you may get away with using larger percentages. On the face, you want to keep it to no more than 5% to prevent irritation, especially in persons with skin of color and with hyperpigmentation. Because the more irritation you get, is the more hyperpigmentation you're causing to your skin. Now, because glycolic acid is such a small molecule, it can penetrate the dermis, and penetration of the dermis will allow for stimulation of collagen. So, glycolic acid If you are into anti-aging skincare, then glycolic acid would be a good exfoliant to use to stimulate and boost collagen production and while you're exfoliating. However, remember, you want to use it at no more than 5% to reduce irritation. Because we know the side effects of glycolic acid: flaking, burning, dryness, scabbing, and we don't want to exfoliate tonight and tomorrow morning we can't go outside because our face is flaking like crazy. No, no, no. We don't want that. No, glycolic acid, we'll see it very commonly in skincare products because it's the most widely used, it's the most cost effective, it's readily available. So you'll be seen in a lot of products. But what you should be looking for is the percentage that you're using on your face to decrease irritation. Then there is lactic acid, which is a larger molecule than glycolic acid. Therefore, it will not penetrate the skin as fast as glycolic acid and therefore will be less irritating than glycolic acid. Now, for lactic acid, I would recommend no more than 10% on the face. Now, for persons who have sensitive skin, I would say stick to 5 to 7%. If you have resistant skin, then you can move up to 10%. Lactic acid is also very hydrating. A good lactic acid, 5%, is from The Ordinary. They have 5 and 10%. So that is a good one to get. Mandelic acid is the AHA I choose for exfoliation. It is my favorite because it is the most hydrating. It is a larger molecule than lactic acid. So of the three, it is the largest, which means it's the least irritating. It will penetrate the skin the slowest. Now, mandelic acid is also fat soluble. So this means it will go into the pores and get rid of all that gunk that causes acne. So it goes without saying, it's very good for those with dry, acne-prone skin, which is why I chose it. No, I wouldn't recommend going more than 10% on the face. So you can go 5 to 10% mandelic acid. A good one, again, is from The Ordinary. However, Naturium is the one I have, and it's actually 12%. Don't ask me why I bought it. It was actually accidental. So I thought when I was buying it that it was 10%, which is why it is important to read. Don't judge me. So I thought it was 10% until I got the product in hand and realized it was 12%. The good thing is I was not using this until my skin barrier was restored and healthy and my skin was more resistant. So I did not get any irritation when I use it. My skin the following day looks beautiful, like I was touched by the skin gods. It's soft, it's smooth, it's supple. The good thing is that it also contains niacinamide and hyaluronic acid, so it's moisturizing as well. So even though it's an exfoliant at 12%, I don't feel dry and flaky at all. So if you have resistant skin, you can get away with using the Naturium Mandelic Acid 12%. Otherwise, stick to 10% and below. Please bear in mind when you use an AHA, meaning lactic acid, glycolic acid, mandelic acid, as an exfoliant, use it only at nights because it can make you photosensitive. And we know we always follow up with our moisturizer when we exfoliate. Please, thanks. The next category of chemical exfoliants would be the beta hydroxy acids, or BHA, which is salicylic acid. Now, salicylic acid, unlike the AHAs, can be used in the daytime once you're using less than 2%. So 2% or less, you can use in the daytime. It's safe to use. Salicylic acid, or BHA, would be better for those with oily, acne-prone skin. So it also will be fat soluble and get into the pores to get rid of acne, but it is not as hydrating as the AHAs. So it'd be best for those with oily skin. So I would go with a pure salicylic acid serum, and you can get those from InKey List or The Ordinary. Another good leave-on BHA exfoliant is that of Paula's Choice, which is a popular one as well. And it has good ingredients, it's not irritating, but again, I would reserve that one for nighttime if I'm going to leave on. But it's also very good. Or if you have more sensitive skin, you can go with a wash-off cleanser. For instance, you have salicylic acid cleansers from CeraVe, and you also have from Paula's Choice. And if you can't tolerate 2%, then you go with something that has less. For instance, Paula's Choice has a salicylic acid wash that is less than 2%. I'll talk now about PHAs or polyhydroxy acids, and these are the newest types of exfoliants. Now, these are extremely good for those with very sensitive skin. So for those with rosacea or eczema, you can exfoliate with PHAs. Yes, I'm giving you all the tea. So PHAs, like AHAs, are very hydrating, even more hydrating than AHAs. They're water magnets, they're humectants. The molecules are larger than AHAs. They're larger than Mandelic acid. So it is less irritating to the skin. So it is, again, very good for those with sensitive skin. What it also is good at is that it will decrease glycation. And glycation is the process by which we have breaking down of collagen and elastin, and this contributes to aging. So PHAs prevent this from happening. So that's also a plus for PHAs. And PHAs also have antioxidant properties. So trust me, if you think your skin is too sensitive to exfoliate, then PHA will be your best friend. If your skin is very sensitive, you will want to go with a wash-off PHA. And an example of this is the Neutrogena Milky cleanser. So it is moisturizing and it has a PHA, and you can wash it off and you still get your exfoliation. So you get less irritation than a leave-on product. But if you can tolerate a leave-on product, then an example would be the Naturium PHA, very, very good. And another example would be from the InKey list, which is the PHA toner. So don't be tricked by the word toner, because it can act as a serum. So you can use it as a leave-on serum for exfoliation. So those are two good leave-on options for PHAs. So for those with eczema, rosacea, or very, very dry and sensitive skin, you want to go with a PHA for an exfoliant. I'll briefly speak about, on the chemical exfoliants, enzyme exfoliation, which is something that some of us have been hearing about. And this is where you'll see papaya enzymes such as papain, and you'll also hear about bromelain. So these are two examples of enzyme exfoliants. Now, these dissolve the bonds via the enzymes. Now, the thing with the enzyme exfoliants, for example, I've read papers with persons who use papain or papaya enzyme as exfoliant, and they've had severe allergic reactions. So that's one of the issues, I would say, with the enzyme exfoliants. They are very sensitive to pH and temperatures, and so it makes them a little less stable, and the severity of the allergic reaction. So I'd say if you have very sensitive skin or you have many allergies, I would stay away from the enzyme exfoliations and stick to AHAs, BHAs, or you can go into PHAs. Now let's talk about physical exfoliants. Physical exfoliants, so what happens is you have a ripping of the top layer of skin, and this might not be the best thing for persons with skin of color who are battling hyperpigmentation, because this form of exfoliation, if not done correctly, can lead to micro tears in the skin, which will lead to irritation, inflammation, and even more hyperpigmentation. So physical or mechanical exfoliation, I will reserve for a professional setting if it is absolutely necessary. I would say if you're at home, it's best to go with the chemical options that were described earlier. Now, the physical exfoliants that we're used to are the scrubs, so the OG St. Ives scrub. And the other newer ones, you have the Aveeno's, the Neutrogena scrub, and they always say daily scrub. No, you do not want to use a physical exfoliant daily. It does not matter how fine they say the granules or the particles are. Do not use it daily. You do not exfoliate daily. No more than twice per week. So you have scrubs, you have those exfoliating gloves, the exfoliating rags, and you have the spin brushes. Now, these are, as I said, a part of the whole exfoliating instruments. You do not want to use these on, you don't want to use physical exfoliants unless you're in a professional setting, but especially if you have irritated skin, dry skin, inflamed skin, stay away from physical exfoliants. Please, 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 please. You're going to do more harm than good to your skin. If you must use a physical exfoliant, there are options. I'm not knocking anybody. There are options, but do not use it more than twice per week. One of my favorite ones to recommend, if you absolutely need a physical exfoliant, is the Paula's Choice Unscrub. And what this does is it uses jojoba oil beads as the exfoliating granules. So this is good in that it is less irritating to the skin, it's milder for the skin, and it's going to, while you're using it, the jojoba beads are going to melt and so release the jojoba oil, which is good for nourishing your skin. So that is a good gentle exfoliant that you can use, but again, I will reserve it to only twice per week. I will not recommend any other exfoliant, but I see more and more skincare brands are employing the use of jojoba beads. So this is good if you want a scrub as an exfoliant. Also ensure that if you are using a physical exfoliant, for example, the exfoliating rags or sheets, remember to always moisturize the skin with water and oil before using it. Do not apply it to just dry skin. That's even more damage. I know it's satisfying to look at the rag or the sheet and see dead skin cells, but listen, you want to protect your skin from further damage. So it's best to moisturize the skin before you use any of those exfoliating rags or gloves or sheets. Now, I will talk more about body exfoliation when we start doing the body series, when we start doing acne and the body hyperpigmentation and start talking about KP. I'll talk about some products that you can use for body exfoliation. So that's in another video. So this is where we'll end this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have learned something about exfoliation and you're not ripping your skin off and causing more damage. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.